Hello Year 3 and hello on this glorious sunny day. Today is our final math session of the week and we're going to be doing some more fabulous fraction. Here is a do now to get you started. I suggest, as usual, pause, complete your do now and then press play to check your answers. So here's our do now. Excellent. And here are your answers. Remember, your inverse is going to be one of your biggest friends in missing numbers. So what do I need? What do I need to multiply by 9 to get 45? What do I need to multiply by 9 to get to 45? Okay, once you have checked your do now answers, focusing, and we're going to get back to our fabulous fractions. Let's look at what we're looking at today. We are going to be calculating fractions of an amount. So to be successful, we need to identify our whole, identify the number of groups, and identify how many groups we need to count. And here are our star words for today. We're looking again up at fraction. My turn, your turn, remember. Numerator. That line, vinculum. Denominator. And today, some good old familiar words. Divide, multiply, and our whole. So we are now looking at groups of fractions, at identifying amounts of fractions. So I wanted to show you this example with some sweets. However, Percy ate all the sweets, so can't show them using sweets. Percy is now being sent to his room in disgrace. So we'll look at this using cubes. Here we have a certain amount of cubes. I am looking for the half of the amount of these cubes. Half of the amount of these cubes. My first step in my step to success in answering this question is I need to identify the whole. So I identify the whole. So how many cubes are there all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 cubes all together. My next step is going to be identifying the number of groups. Now, the number of groups in our fraction is actually the denominator. But if I look here, I've only got the word. I don't have my fraction. I remember a half, the word a half, is the same as this. And which one is our denominator? This is our denominator. So we need to identify the number of groups. So the number of groups is 2. So we have our 10 is our whole, and we have to work out the number of groups, which is 2. We are going to be grouping our whole into this number of groups. So our whole is 10. And we are going to split that 10 in between 2 groups. I'm going to split it between 2 groups. So I'm drawing 2 circles here. And I'm going to split them between 2 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've split my 10 cubes between 2 equal groups. I have in each group I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My final step is I need to identify how many groups that we are going to count, and that is going to be what the number is here, which is, remember, is our numerator. So I need to identify how many groups we count, so which is our numerator. Now in this case, we only want to know 1/2, but remembering these steps are going to help us later when we do non-unit fractions, which are fractions where their numerator is larger than 1. So 1/2 of 10 is equal to one of these groups. Let's count the groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1/2 of 10 is 5. Let's do one more example using our cubes. And you can practice these examples at home with using anything that you have. So I am going to have here, I'm going to have some more cubes, and I want to find 1/3, which we write, remember, like this. That is 1/3. Now I need to identify my whole. So let's count our whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. My whole is 9. I'm going to identify the number of groups that this is going to be, that this whole is going to be split into. My denominator is going to give me that answer. My denominator is 3, and that identifies it as I need to divide into 3 groups. I need to split equally between 3 groups. Are you starting to see the links between fractions and divisions? I hope you are. So I'm going to divide them in between 3 groups. Just turning to get a bigger whiteboard. So I'm going to divide mine equally between 3 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got my 3 groups here, each with the same amount of cubes in. So in each group, there are 1, 2, 3 cubes. Again, our final step is going to be identify how many groups we're going to count. So look at our numerator. Today it is just going to be 1. So our answer is going to be 1/3 of 9 is equal to 3. Our answer is going to be 3. We might, though, at a later time, be looking at 2/3 or 4/5. So this is why we need to look and remember this step. So we're going to look at a few examples on the Active Inspire now. So fractions are used to work out a smaller amount of a whole. We can see these price tag here. Buy one, get one half price, half price. They're telling us that we can get things, buy things at a lower price. So here's an example. There are 12 pods on the London Eye. Half the pods are full. How many pods are not full? So remembering our steps to success. What is our whole? What is our whole? Our whole is 12. Our whole is 12. Our denominator is the number of groups. Our number of groups here is 2. You can see it's the red and the red. So we need to split our whole, which is the 12 pods, in between 2 groups. Now we haven't got pods here. I'm going to show dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I split my 12 pods between 2 equal groups. I have divided 12 by 2. Again, I've even put the division sign for you here. They are very closely linked. Now I am going to identify how many groups I need to count, which is 1. So I just need to count the number of one group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the answer to 1/2 of 12 is equal to 6. I know that's something that probably a lot of you find quite simple, but it's good that we break it down so you can see why that is the answer. So, lovely chocolates. I received some delicious chocolates for Christmas from some of you. Thank you very much. So we're now going to be looking at this example. I want to find 1/3 of these sweets. 1/3 of these sweets. 1/3 of these sweets are for me, 1/3 for Miss Chowdhury, and 1/3 for Miss Williams, because I like sharing, unlike Percy. So what is our whole? We're going to count our whole together. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Our whole is 12. Our whole is 12. What is the denominator of the fraction? Remember, the denominator is the bottom number. What is our denominator here? Our denominator is 3. It is 3. And what is our numerator? Our numerator is 1. So what we are going to do is we are going to divide 12 between 3 equal groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have split 12 sweets between 3 equal groups. We only need to know how much is it in one group, because that is what we are asking for. 1/3, one of the 3 groups. How many in one of the 3 groups? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we know that 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4, because we know our division facts for our 3 times table. Let's look at another example. Percy has 10 marbles in a pouch. He manages to lose half of them. Typical Percy. How many does he have left? So let's think about it. What is our whole? What is our whole? Thinking about it. What is our whole? The total amount that we have. Our whole is 10. Our whole is 10. What is the denominator that we're looking to find? The fraction that we're finding. What is the denominator? So we're looking to find 1/2. 1/2, as we know, as a fraction is the same as 1 vinculum 2. 1/2 is half. So our whole is 10. So we need to split our whole in between 2 equal groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So our denominator, which is we are going to divide the whole by the denominator. We're going to divide the whole by the denominator. We're going to divide the whole by the denominator. Fantastic. So we are going to divide 10 by 2. What is our numerator here? Again, our numerator is 1. So we only need to know how much in one group. How many are in one group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the numerator is 1. So Percy has lost 10 marbles. He's lost half of them, which means he has 5 left, because 10 in between 2 equal groups is equal to 5. Today, this is your independent task. You've got some word problems and you've also just got some equations. Here are your steps to success. Identify the whole, identify the denominator, which is what we divide by. divide the whole by, identify the numerators, what we multiply our previous answer, that is the whole divided by the denominator. And so this is circling how many groups we need. So today's questions are all going to be 1. You're all going to be, it's only going to be a unit fraction, not 2/3, not 4/5. It's going to be 1/3, 1/5. And then this will give you your answer. There is also a challenge. Please do not feel that the challenge is compulsory. The challenge is not compulsory. Also, remember that you have daily arithmetic, and also I am going to be uploading the link to Daily 10 and a video to explain how it works. So your independent task is to complete this sheet, complete the word problems and the equations. Show all your working, please. Remember, your presentation is something that we want to look at. There's a challenge there for those who want to complete it. Arithmetic, Daily 10, times table, rock stars. Have a fabulous weekend.